Hello, and welcome to the Wacom Manga and Anime Days 2021. Thank you for joining us today again for on this first day of our 3-day online event dedicated to all things manga and anime and a whole lot more. My name is Jeroen, and I'm happy to guide you through the introduction. We're really thrilled to have you here again for the second session, because when we started with Japan Online Week exactly 1 year ago, we could not have imagined that this would turn into such a nice and lively community. This event is brought to you in close collaboration with our partners Pixiv and Clip Studio Paint. And in this session, Kenny Ruiz will talk about history of a manga page. But before we jump into the talk, let me share some of the basic housekeeping rules with you. Our session will last approximately an hour, a little bit more maybe, with a dedicated Q&A session at the end. We will be keeping an eye on the chat, so feel free to send your questions at any time you wish. With so many people in the room, we probably won't be able to answer all the questions, but we will do our best and try. We are all here to learn from the experiences of our speakers. So please be kind to each other and do not spam the chat. We see you socializing and sharing your art accounts and chat, and we are really all for it. That's why we keep the YouTube live stream running uninterrupted for 10 hours each day. So this will give you heaps of time to connect and socialize with all the other creators. But during the sessions, we kindly ask you to keep the chat clean for sessions-related questions and commentary during the presentation. The talk is being recorded and will be shared on Wacom YouTube within the next couple of days. Now, let me continue with a brief introduction of who we are. Wacom has been around for some 40 years almost, and we are the pioneers of digital pen input devices. Whatever you want to create on your computer and you realize that using a mouse or a trackpad just doesn't cut it, you should try using a digital pen. But we would not be here without our partners Pixiv and Clip Studio Paint. And those of you who have been following our online sessions in the past few months, you probably notice our growing relationship and partnership with them. Pixiv, for example, is a social network platform for artists that focuses on communication through their artworks. It was launched in September 2007 and specializes in artwork, publications, and communication based on the concept of make creativity more enjoyable. They have now over 50 million users and going strong. You can visit them and join the amazing community of Pixiv at pixiv.net/en. Now let us bring on Joanna to do the introduction on behalf of Clip Studio Paint. Joanna.
Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know about Clip Studio Paint just yet, it is versatile graphic software best suited for drawing and painting to create a wide range of content. With a wealth of unique features, it helps to create anything from illustration over manga to concept art and even animation. Whether professional or hobbyist, Clip Studio Paint's natural drawing feel, along with its manga and comic features, is loved by artists from around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. One more thing before we start. If you are based in the EU or UK, we have an amazing offer for you all. Please visit our Wacom e-store and use the discount code MANGA20 for a discount of up to 20% on a wide range of Wacom products, including Wacom One, Wacom Cintiq, Intuos, and Intuos Pro. For those who are outside of Europe, please check your local Wacom e-store or dealers for ongoing promotions. All right. Time to start. Your host of this session will be Joanna, and with her is Kenny Ruiz, a comic artist who has been working for the best European publishers over the last 20 years. He has worked with series such as Dos Espadas, Telemark, Magic 7, Infinity Outrage, and a lot more. Currently, he's making a manga series starring Osamu Tezuka, characters called Team Phoenix. So, Joanna, Kenny, take it away, and to all the others, enjoy the session.
Thank you so much. So, Kenny, it's all yours. The stage is yours.
Okay. Hi, all of the people. I'm Kenny, and first of all, I want to apologize for my poor English. I'll do my best to do my best pronunciation, but I stay all of the time in school drawing manga or thinking girls, and I never studying anything. So I try to pronunciation like I really want to try to do it, but I don't speak. I speak very worst in Spanish too. So it's exactly the same experience that listen me in Spanish that in English. So the English is not the problem. The problem is the manga. I am working like professional from 10, 20 years ago. Oh man, I am so old now. And all of my career, I working in this type of comics. You have two camera. Joanna, do your magic. You are here. I'm here.
Sergin, you know what you're doing.
And that is a bande dessinée. This is the term when, like the Western people, European exactly, reference to the comic books. It's totally different than manga style because we have too many pages per page and we working in colors. In this type of comic books, we have too many information per page because we only have 50 pages per year. So the history is more concentrated, like orange juice or something like that. I do this series, Magic 7 and Telemac, for 5 years. But after all of that, I come back to working in manga style because I really want to do it from I Am Jogger. Now I started to do this series and I am so happy. You have here or here. What camera you prefer? Don't care about it. This is
your face camera. Your face camera.
My face camera. That is better
Yes.
for you? Okay.
Yes.
That is Team Phoenix. This is my first series purely for Japan, and this is publication in Besatsu Champion, the magazine of the publisher Akita Shoten. Here we have the character created by the master of manga, Osamu Tezuka, and I have the opportunity to assemble all of them in one only universe. I have the Princess Sapphire, the Leo the Lion, Saraku, or even Blackjack in the same adventure of science fiction. This is a so excellent experience because I need to work at the same time like the Japanese author. For that, I need to finish 50 pages per month and continue with the script for the next chapter. So the rhythm is so fast. Or more or less, the pressure is incredible because I have the god of manga in my back. You know, you never heard his voice, but I hear all of the time. I am a little bit crazy with all of it. So to support the pressure to can continue, I need to be have a good workflow with that. So focus in my stuff and be too fast. For be fast doing comic books is so useful. Change to use Clip Studio Paint. I don't say that because the people of Clip Studio Paint stay here around on, but that's true. This software is absolutely amazing and totally thinking for do comics, and have too many tools so useful and do my work more easier and more intuitive. When I work with Toon Boom animation or Photoshop software, I feel like it is very useful for any illustration works. But if you go to do a comic, especially if you go to do a manga, Clip Studio is your software. And Joanna, I want my check about it. So I want to show you step by step all of the things I do to finish a page. But for that, I want to give you a tip that is so helpful for something like that to me.
Helpful.
Helpful, okay. It is that the big problems the big problems can be split in smallest problems. What I mean with that, if you think you want to start a biggest manga story with too many action, great characters, so emotional, and you know all of this stuff that you want to read in a manga, sometimes it's so many present or so many option. In your mind, you have the anime, the video game, maybe the theme park, the sound of the opening, and you have all of this magic in your work. But all of this information break your concentration, and it is impossible to have a line. Too many of the artists I know, and they have too many talents, never start his project of manga because all of these ambitions blocks him and can't go forward step by step. So I try to explain you how I split all of these problems, all of these barriers in different small problems that I really can in front of. I explained myself very well, Joanna.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay,
That was really good. So
okay, now go to the first step of all. In the Western people call this step storyboard, but the Japanese publisher call different. They say Nemo. It's a Japanese word that make the reference to do the storyboard of the pages. At the same time, you do the script. This is totally different in between the manga authors and the Western authors, because in European, we have two very different difference in between the script and the storyboard. Is the responsibilities so divided. But in manga, it's exactly the same thing. Do manga is not drawing and text, it's more like writing with drawings. You need to explain exactly the same emotion with your drawings, with your text, and with your storytelling. For that strange step, they call Nemo. At the same time, script, narrative, and drawing. For that, the tool help my life is only in Clip Studio Paint AX. It's not my fault, it's the fault of the people here. If you have other version of Clip Studio, maybe you don't have that tool, but it is so useful. So if you have a little money, you can buy it, or maybe you can download it illegal, but I don't think about it. And John, I want to share
please don't think about it.
A discount or something. Okay, that with the people. I don't say anything about it. But the option of Clip Studio Paint X is absolutely amazing. And have that, I want to show you. I create a new project. I have in Spanish. I hope your Spanish is better than my English. Okay, when you create a new project, you have too many options. In Clip Studio, have illustration, comic. I love that option. Comic with all of the tools. I think Mostrar showed comic with all of the adjust, and you can choose the project of the name of your project, and you can put it exactly how many pages have your project and the size of the pages. This part is so boring, but I recommend you that you need to do it. It's only one time, but it is important. Because if you work too much in your pages, but it is not at the site of your publisher or at the site that you want to show your work, maybe you need to retake all of this stuff. And that is fucking terrible. So take 1 minute to check the good site and prepare your project in this stage. One of the rewards of the presence of Clip Studio Paint, these wonderful people, is here. If you click here, you can see have in predefinition too many size of most of the most popular magazine of Japan, like Manga Shueisha or Manga Kodansha or Manga Shogakukan. If you want to do some art history similar than one of these projects of this publisher, you can start with these sites. I have my own site, is Tesukomi, because it's the first project I published in Japan, is in the magazine Tesukomi. And here I have all of the information of the project, the size, like I say, and I use it to many resolution. 70, 50, 75. Joanna, help me. What is that?
750.
750. Yeah, you are useful.
That's really big. That's a really big canvas.
Okay, sorry. In the resolution, it is so important because I need this high resolution to have a good line when I work in the ink. You can see it at the end of the classroom or the meeting or something. I put it 42 pages. You can change that. 42 is a good number. The one shot of manga Japanese magazine have maybe in between 32 or 50. 42 is fine. And you can change here if you want to read a Western or Oriental direction to reading. So important that now I have it in Japanese reading. So left to right. And so this dyslexia, I'm not sure I say well. Okay. We create this project. This is the dog of the studio. Say hi, Klaus. Okay. Now don't say anything. Okay, we have that. If you remember, if you work anytime with Photoshop, maybe this is the experience similar than when you work with Photoshop and with Adobe Bridge. With Adobe Bridge, you have file with a file to control various files at the same time or moving or something like that. With this option in Clip Studio, you have in the same project. You work in all of the pages of the project at the same time. And that is the key to control the rhythm of the history. Okay, we have it here. That's the point. We open the project and the project is all of this stuff, all of these pages, 42 pages. And when I do double click in someone, open it directly. I have it in the right and I can draw anything. At the same time, I see it in the, what's it, miniature? In the...
Yeah, it's correct. Miniature.
Miniature is good, but
yeah, it's good.
Okay, in the miniature here on my left, you know. So what is this so important? It is because when you work in Bandesine, the most information or the principal information is in one page of the comic book. But when you work in manga, the information is all the time in double page because the manga is more smaller. The reader have all of the vision at the same time. So you need to control what are seeing your reader in the page on the left, but at the same time, you can see it on the right, you know? And for the first step of my project, I want to control how is the rhythm of my reader. If I focus only in one page, I lost the meaning. But with this screen here, all the time I remember how is the rhythm of all of my history. And in this step, we control really the storytelling of the project. To me, this is the most important to be a good manga artist. If I am, but I'm not pretty sure now. When I have too many money about it, I can say it, but for now, I only try it. Okay, you know, I can come back to any of these pages and edit and, you know, work again. You know, you can see it actualization immediately. Other thing that's so useful of this weapon is that I can move the pages of the order. I work so intuitive in the first step when I try to do my storytelling, when I try to do my Nemo, I try to don't think in anything. I only have the music in my head, and I try to find good shots, you know, and good intentions. But when I, you know, finish this storyboard, can you imagine this story? This story is incredible, and Akira Toriyama says, "Wow, come on," something like that. I read in my history and I feel these pages is so fast and maybe I need something in the middle, you know, for have more tension or more spice. I only need to take this page, move that, and the software reorder the pages. In this step is so useful because sometimes I really don't have sure about how is working on. But with this system, I can let it flow because it's so easy to do a retakes in that. Do you catch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
So if you understand that, I do a little trick because I want to talk about the Moby Dick. You know who is Moby Dick? It's a novel to talk about the fear. The most terrible fear in the world for a manga artist is that. Okay, this is only a capture, okay? This is only a picture. This is the tool, but I do a capture of this image with all of the pages. What can I say with Moby Dick? This is the big blank, only a void. When you start your project, all is silence. And all of these pages are, you know, option and fears. To take this challenge and go away, you need to break this silence. For that, I recommend you start to organize your pages without the storytelling. I don't talk about your script, or I don't talk about if your story is good or not. We go to break this big problem in a smallest problem to can control it. So what I can control for sure. Okay, for sure I need 3 pages for the end of the history. It's normal because this story could be incredible. And we need to come back the readers at the end of the story to his boring lives. So in these 3 pages, we do a little epilogue. I don't know if the pronunciation in English is like that. For sure, we need 3 pages for go into the history. When the readers go directly to your history, it's exactly the same that when some friends go to your home. You need to welcome to your home. Okay, this is my world, my friend. In the first page, it is only for say hi. The other 2 pages is for presentation. After that, when the readers are in our home, we need to show our home. This is the restroom, maybe you need it. Maybe this is the kitchen, you know, all of that. In this, in storytelling terms, I think we have 2 pages for the main character. Maybe 2 more for his world. After that, the part is complex, something trouble. When the reader are comfortable in our story, in the page 7, we have to change his world. And we have 4 pages for change. In this moment, the main character are in trouble, and the reader is have interest in what happened here. Okay, this part is the adventure. We have too many pages here. 2, 4, 6, 8 pages for, you know, things. After the things happen other things, but I don't know exactly what happened now. Noise. But in one moment, we need to solution for that. Give for the reader a reward. He read 27 pages of our history, and in this moment, we need to be thankful with him. 4 pages to give it what he wants, what the reader wants. And when the reader feel faithful, like if the manga gives for him all of he really wanted, we need to do a plot twist. And 4 pages for lost. This is the most important moment. The reader think that the normal universe of the manga change everywhere, change forever. And you can say that we only have 4 pages more here to the solution. After the big loss of our character, we have the big climax. The moment when the character solution his problem, recover his loss, or maybe he's totally lost in this history. That is the part of the script. But but you need to save for the structure 4 pages or less for the climax. Okay. When we have this picture with this beautiful color, like a parchis, our big problem with 50 pages now is only small problems. That is not totally rules. It's not absolutely an obligation. It is only an indication, but it is more easy. Start to think in this sequence, in this character, in these dialogues, in all of that happen here, if the world is more small. Or Moby Dick is not so big now. It is only a little sequence of 3 pages for do a presentation. So my new step is forget about a whole history. I only focus in these 3 pages, and I do that pages ever I want, better I want. Oh, I don't know what they say now. So when I finish that, start with other. When I finish that, start with other. And only step by step, never seeing all of the way. I don't know if you read a very, very beautiful book called Momo, but in the book, our character talk about the so stressant is to see the end of your street when you need to go to walk all of this street is longer and terrible. But if you are focusing the matter of you have your feet, you only need to do 1 step more. Do that with your project. Think step by step. Do it under control, and don't feel fear. feel emotion. If you are afraid with that, if you are, upset, or you feel that this is so big, or I have, nervous with this, stop it and split it again. If I don't control this part, the change, maybe this is so abstract, but I can divide it again. The change is a presentation of the change. We have a action for the change. After that, a reaction, and finish, I have a solution. If you can divide it, this big problem, in 4 smallest problems, I can focus again. Okay, the presentation of the change. Do you feel it? Can you understand me?
Yeah, that is super understandable. I'm losing my own words now.
Okay. I'm not pretty sure if I say something so strange, or the people want to
No,
say me drawing and I speak about, philosophy.
This is absolutely wonderful, as it makes it so much clearer to hear you talk about this. Absolutely. Keep going.
Thank you, Joanna. You are my better spy in the world. Okay, I continue with that. When you have that in your mind, when you have the big world, your Moby Dick under control, and you have a little structure, thinking it, I don't have a storytelling now. I only have a structure. In these voids, you can put it every type of history: romance, adventure, action, anyone you want it. Maybe you need more character, or maybe you need to move some of those pieces. Absolutely, you can do it. It is only a tool. It's not a rule. It's a tool. You have to use it. It's a weapon, not a, it's not heavy. It's for do your life better, not more in process. Remember that all of the tool, inclusive, one tool so wonderful like Clip Studio is only a tool. It's nothing compared with your hands. Okay. Remember that I have this structure in my mind, and now come back to my tool of all of my projects. When I start with the Nemo, I try to drawing so fast. In this moment, I use it only a brush. I know all of the people want to know what is the magic brush that do you drawing better. Okay, don't exist. I'm so sorry. The unicorn don't exist too. Any of these tools is perfect for you. I use all of my time I working in bande dessinée. I use this brush. Is in the first option of Clip Studio. Is predefined.
Yeah, predefined.
Okay. Predefined.
Installed. Yeah.
And it is cool because this is not perfect. Have this type of line. I hate this type of pencil. I don't like it because this is so cold. Maybe too much informatic to me. I prefer that have the sense that it's irregular. Have fails like the life. The drawing is not perfect. It is only here. I draw in all of my comic books with that, and now I use it that I call Plumilla Kenny. That is ink. Is only for ink, and you can download totally free in my assets if you want to share it. If you search Kenny Ruido in the asset of Clip Studio, you can download it because it is don't have secrets with that. I only use that type of brush for the details and have another for the lines exterior of the character. I only have that's both. And sorry, I have another. It is like a pencil for do this first step. But I don't have more secret with that. The name of that is Plumilla in perfect Spanish, Kenny. You can download it and feel free to use it. I think I steal for someone in the assets and change some things, and I put my name, so I'm terrible with that. But for that, I now share with all of you. Okay, take one of this pencil, don't think too much in what, and feel the music. What happened with that? Focus in our structure. Remember it. I have 3 pages for presentation. Here. here. Focusing that. What happened in my presentation? I want a very big shot, maybe a city with a sculpture, giant sculpture of kings, and in the, you know, in this place have a lake. In the lake is shadow and darkness, and in the middle of his lake is a girl. Who happened with her? Come to see it. I want to do a fumo in her. I want to see his face. Maybe he's worried or happiest. I'm pretty sure about it. I try something like that. And after see his face, I want to see her in all of his body. Maybe she's nude, or maybe she have a swimsuit. I don't know. What is the target of your comics? It's your answer for you, not for me. You have here, she's swinging, you know. And in this moment, she opened his eyes. Her eyes. She have a bad feeling with that. I don't know why. And she sees something with her eyes. What her she? The sky. She see a trees, and in the sky the sun, and in the sun we have ships. Maybe the enemies arrived to his world. What happened here? That is our presentation. What happened after that? She's worried, or maybe no, she ran. She want to swim, go to the darkness, submerge in the night. You know, he don't want to hear the noise of this spaceship. She's fear. Maybe too much fear. And she lost the air, you know. He tried to swing in because she want to run. But in this terrible darkness, she's alone. And finally, can't breathe. And all of the air go on. Okay, that's so beautiful to me. That is our focus. Only this sequence, 3 pages, not all the word. I only control this sentence. This is the point. I try to read it, and I say, okay, it's good. I can feel the place, the character, and the action. But the action arrived too late. I need to have this action early, maybe in the second page. So I go to movie that and do it again. That is my favorite tips for you, for all of you, my friends. Do it again. If the first option you think is incredible, you can wait it for the second. That's better. If I do that, I feel that I really don't need this shot of the glade, or maybe don't need that. I'm focused in this place, and after that I go to directly to the character. Okay, so I try again. I have this sculpture, and now I go directly to the girl. Maybe now he's directly in the darkness of the swimming, and I want to see her face. He's worried. Okay, this version look more faster, so these pages don't need that now. I want to change it. Prove it again. Maybe she go open the water, out the water, sorry. I'm trying to breathe, you know. All of this water go away. And in this moment, she's surprised. Oh, come on. Because she sees something in the sky. The reader don't understand exactly what she see it. But in the third page, we can do a big shot. We have the character here, and all of these spaceship arrive for her planet. That's terrible. More spectacular. Okay. Do you understand what I try to explain you?
Yeah, absolutely.
The options are infinity. So you need to try to feel it. All of these things I try to say or to explain you is a movie in my head. But in this step of the workflow, in this step of do manga, this is the most exciting and my better part of the life, maybe. because if you draw so fast, you can leave the movie in your pages at the same time in your imagination without stop it. But this is only work if you are focused only in 3 pages and forget it about it, the quality of the drawing, the quality of the story. You don't hear the followers, the haters, you don't hear the publisher, you only hear your music, the music of your history. And this music sounds much and much level.
Can I ask you a question?
For sure.
How often do you do it again? How many times do you redraw these 3 pages?
Until I feel free. When I try again and again because it's so funny, until I arrive an option that I really believe in it. I find something, you know, magical in some romantic session. It's like in some way when I don't have pretty sure about it and continue with the story. I do more pages, more. And when I finish all the storyboard, I read in one shot again. And I feel, okay, that's work, that is not exactly. I open it and try again. If you work with your focus only in the rhythm, only in the music of your story, at the end you find it. But you need to try. It is so freezy if you want to do only one version and you try to do the best version in the world. And if you try to have the best pages in the world in your first storyboard, or maybe controlling only 1 or 2 pages, try to do all of the story. If you go inner and inner, more deeper in the story, more deeper in this music, more deeper in the rhythm of the story, you can hear it more clearly. And finally, you can to see it. It's like a, you know, like a dust. You can clean the dust of the desert, and in the horizon, you can see clearly what is you want to do it. Maybe it's a shit, but in this moment, it's cool. that's the most important for that.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to show you something. Here. Okay, I put it like that. I want to show you that in the Clip Studio file, but I don't save it. Sorry for that. And that is the level of the Nemo when I send it to my publisher. This is the first chapter of Team Phoenix. And we have this page, something similar like I try to explain you. And this is the level of my drawing here. I want to be more too much precisely with that. Don't be obsessive at this level. We control the anatomy, we control the, you know, the perspective and all of this boring stuff of the drawing. Now you are playing with your toys, and I want you feel like you are playing. If you are thinking in the perfection of the style, the character, can you see that? In this moment, I have too many emotions because I am working with the great character of Osamu Tezuka, and I don't have time to do his faces. This is so boring. I want to say, okay, G Camaro, Big X, Atom, incredible. And in this moment, I only put the names. Okay, continue with that, because it's most important in this step of the work. Feel the project and feel free with him. Feel connected with him to can continue with the storytelling, to can continue with the rhythm, to have it, to can share it with your readers. In the future, other Kenny in the future, or a variant of Kenny, need to draw these pages with correction and technique. We talk about that, but not now. Now we are focused in take the flow. It's like dancing. If you're thinking in how do you move in your feet, you are like a duck. But if you don't care about it, you can move it. For me, that is the level of Nemo. Okay. If I'm clear with that, I can go to the next step. What do you think, Joanna?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was very clear. Yeah.
Oh, I don't save that project. See me.
No, I just wanted to point out that we are at the 40-minute mark, just in case.
Okay, I need to go fast. Okay, don't cry about it. I have where I have it at? Okay. I want to show you a page in the next step. I have the webinar here. This is all of my files of the first step. Okay, I want to show you. I have too many pages. Maybe that is interesting. Okay, and I want to show you some tools about Clip Studio. I want to talk too many time with about the Nemo. Sorry for that, because I think Clip Studio Paint have too many people do a very useful trial to explain how you use the tools, and I am pretty sure that you find what do you want. But or not too many people talk about how need to feel with this tool to be a good artist. And I try to explain. Okay, that is the storyboard, the Nemo of one of my pages of Team Phoenix. I show that to my publisher, and when my publisher give me the okay, I can continue. No, sorry. Before I show that to my publisher, I need to do that exactly. Clip Studio Paint have a very beautiful click is here. If you have in this layer, you click here, you know, and the line come back blue. That's magic for me. And you can go down the precision you have here. And now you need to put that. That is the dialogues. Okay, people, we need to talk about it. The artists only want to draw cool things, but too many times we don't remember that the readers read. The only part absolutely necessary for enjoy with a manga is can read it comfortable. So the balloons, the globes, in English is globes, isn't it?
Oh, no, you can say balloons. Balloons is fine.
Okay. The balloons is most important than the drawings. At the end, you know that your reader, oh, that is not my pencil, but go to start the page reading here, and he continue for here. He go to search the other balloon here, and finally here. This is the way of the eyes of the reader of this manga, of these pages. This is absolutely necessary. He go to see that. If you put it some incredible picture here, don't care to anyone, because it is not in his lines, you know? So when you put the balloons in your pages, look, you really do a little way, little steps to follow the eyes of your readers. When you have the text like that, you can try to move it and put it in one order that is useful for the reading of your page. And after that, you have this wonderful weapon that's here. It's a tool, sorry, not weapon. Weapon kill people. And you can do that. Yep. For sure, you have others. You have that, like a perfect ellipsis or something. But I like that because it's irregular and it is more similar than my drawing. I do these balloons little, you know, faster. I put it like that. And with this tool, you can press in the balloon and have these key points. You can move it and organize to have a beautiful balloons to direction the vision of your readers wherever you want. This is so important. Better, so do first than start to drawing. After that, you have that's so cool. Put it at 3 points, and you put the balloons in the direction that you want. When you finish to put the balloons, that is only a sketch. Don't judge me. You have that. That's incredible. Maybe you are so younger and you don't remember, but I do my best comic books in paper, and to do that, I lost too many times. This is only a square, yeah, okay, but this is parallel, and you have this incredible sketch. You can cut it here, cut it. Oh, please, okay, here and here. What happened here? Clip Studio create this folder. You know that the folder have the miniature of a page, and this is a folder with this mask. So everything I put in the inner of this folder, it is coded by the square. That is so useful, and do it first, because when you have the square, sorry, I don't explain that. You have, if you put it, you click in one gauge, you have this option to send the gauge to the end of the page, or maybe you can move one control. So useful too, because the first tool of Clip Studio is so angular, but now you have this option for do a page more dynamic. You can, you know, if you click here, you can change the colors of the square, and if you put it white, it's like you lost, you know, but it's here. If I draw in out, oh sorry, if I draw in out, you know, it's like that. Perfect. When you have that, it's now when you need to start to drawing, because in fact, your drawing, it is only in the void space, in the negative space of the balloons. This is the real drawings. If you work without the balloons, you lost the information. Maybe you put something, some part of your drawing so cool in some corner that the people can draw, that can't understand. Okay, that is only explication. I go a little bit more fast, sorry, but I want to show the pages. You know, I have that. I have this folder for these cages, this other for the cage in the center with sapphire, and this other for this cage. You know. All of the cage is under control with this type of folder, with his own balloons and all that. Okay. If I go fast because I only have 2 minutes more, and I want to explain you something about the ink. Okay.
Don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. But keep explaining. Everyone loves it, so everyone's learning so much. Yes,
I'm so
absolutely.
nervous, Joanna, and so I'm
no, don't be.
I don't see my eyes back. Sorry. Okay. When I have that, okay, I want to try to explain a little bit things. The Western people have very obsession to do a very good pencil work. It is, I think, it is because it is too much professional. Focus it only in the ink. You have the artist with pencil, and after that we have the inkers. In manga, that does not exist. The only drawing that the reader go to see is the ink. So you you forget it, the difference in between drawing and inker. The inker is the drawing. The rough with the sketch, with the pencil, with the weapons more similar to the pencil is not useful. It is only a tool to go away. But the only line that really care is the final line, the ink line. So for that, I recommend you don't do a very final art in your sketch. When I finish my storyboard, I do this level. In this level, you can say, I only focus in the most difficult part of the character. You know, maybe the eyes of the hand. I do a correction in the position of the character. You can see it. I put the leg in front of and some of that. But this drawing is not totally definition. Why do that? If you do a very, very clean pencil, and after that you take 10 hours line by line to clean it, this is so boring. And if you are boring, your art is boring. So never boring, never. You need to be fun. So to be fun is similar than to be fair. When you have a sketch like that, put it in blue, take another layer, take your Kenny Plumilla, because it's beautiful, and take a decision. You know, how is this eyes? She's younger, she's serious. Maybe these eyes are brave. You need to ask him, ask her, ask to you, and do it with decision. Maybe it's not good, try it again. But, oh, can you see this sheet? Erase that and come again. But can you imagine Suppose that I are perfect. Imagine that this is my final line. When I do the ink work, it's only put pressure. Boring, 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 and boring. If you are only beautiful in lines, you are not drawing because you are not living. You are not here. You are not focused. You need to know that your lines are similar than the words. These lines say something. What say? Secure, fear, something terrible. I want something strong. Try it. Strong. Or maybe more, with flow. More dynamic. But if you don't have your mind activity, you don't have activity things, your hand turn back seriously and dead. Never do that. Try to work with attention in everywhere, in all of these steps. Okay, be fast. One of the most steps. And don't care about it. I want to talk about it. This is the line. One is so useful with the computer inking is that you can, close that and use that to close. So fast. You have a faces in 2 minutes. This is so useful to do a manga style. Finally, you have that or something. Okay, I want to do only 2 tips. I have only 2 minutes, and I want to say something about that this is so useful to me. Be a manga artist is too many hours working, and too many times is funny, like the first step of my class, when you are feeling your story, when you are, hear the music. Sometimes it's interesting because you need to find some expression, try to draw in, and it is challenging. But too many times it's silence, and you need to be focused and continue and continue. When you are working in all of these lines, and you need to, be pressure with all of your work, you go to hear too many voices in your head. You are not so good. This story is a shit. You are not Sam Gordon Murphy. Akira Toriyama is disappointed with you, and all of these type of things. Okay, I want to recommend you something. It is only 2 words useful in your head when you are working in your story. The first of all is, how cool is that? And the only answer for that is pretty cool. Don't be the true man. Don't see the truth. Don't care about it. I don't want to hear that I am not the best manga author of the world. I know it, but then it is not useful now. I need to feel like I'm really cool. So when you have doubts about your work, when you think, okay, this robot, this face is not so cool. Oh, come on. How cool is that? Incredible cool. That's the only answer. That's the only you need to continue, because you need to continue. You need to finish this page. And after that, one another. The objective today, the goal today is finish the page. To that, how cool is it? Incredible. When you finish, the second answer is, who cares? If it is not the best pages, if it is not the most fast or more intensive, or maybe not your best work, who cares? You are alone here. You are not your follower. You are not your reader. Your publisher is not there. You stay working alone. And the only person care about it is you. So your goal is finish your work, and tomorrow do another. How cool is it? Incredible. If it is not, who cares? That's my point, Joanna.
Yes. That must have been really difficult to come up with as a concept. How did you think about that?
About
like
what part?
Like, for example, when your publisher says, oh, I don't like this page.
I heard
How do you
it.
go with that?
No, I heard it because I all of the time I think that my publisher have very know-how and he want to do my work better, but not when I'm working. I am prepared for hearing and for learning and to be open and change everything, but not when I'm working. The evils is out of my home, you know.
Yeah.
In my work, when I'm working on my work, I need to believe in myself. I want to be happy here. And all of these fears for the future, it is for the problem for the Kenny of the future. Do you remember the first part of the class? The big problem is be split in a small problem. Okay, the big problem now is do a good manga. A manga like I am really proud about it. When I finish that, and this problem is finished, I am prepared for the others. And the others are my publisher, my readers, the feedback, and maybe I'm wrong and I don't do the good decision. I am prepared for it and try again. And do you remember when I am staying the Nemo step, I try again and again and again to finish, to find the best version. But in the correct moment, put all of this fear, all of this insecurity in the battle of tomorrow. Today, you are the best and you are focused because your history is incredible and the people need to listen this history and enjoy with that. This is a good moment for you. You're alone here, remember it. It's like playing. Do your best, enjoy with it, and when finished, think about it. Hear the people, take the feedback. Maybe change, or maybe not. Who cares? It is your decision. I answer you?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just checking a few more questions for you.
Okay.
One thing that
at the same time I show you some of these pages and I show all of the steps. Okay. But
okay,
the people
sure.
want to answer something, I'm here.
Yeah, the question is how many hours do you spend on a chapter? How long does a chapter take you?
In a chapter.
Yeah, a whole chapter, or maybe a page. Start with a page. How long does a page take you?
I need to do a chapter per month, but I try to work 8 hours at the day, like any professional in any work. Sometimes when I am in crash time, I need to take 10 hours at the day, but never work more than that because more than 10 hours is exhausting and you are not productive. Maybe you start to do mistakes and it is better, to me, it's better take a rest and tomorrow do better. I think if you work focused, so organization with all of your staff very well splits, you can do all of this work in 8 hours per day without problem.
Wow, I think that sounds very impressive to a lot of people, seeing a quality page like that and thinking, oh, I can do that in, well, 8 hours maybe.
For sure. If you the time that the artist lost working on is not in the lines. You know, Johanna, there are only lines, you know.
Yeah.
You have lines. We lost the time in the doubts, in the insecurities, in the questions, in the fears. In this, anyone can do a big drawing in 1 hour or not too much. But if you have clear in your mind, if you arrive when you arrive to the page, you have a mess here, you lost 2 or 3 hours to clean this mess. And when you start to drawing, you are exhausted. So my recommendation is clean home first, organize your work, divide, split your problems, attack the problem that you have under control. If this, I don't know, I show you this double page. If you have a poses of character so difficult and maybe you can work on it and you're exhausted with that, split it again. You know, I have these pages, maybe it could be terrible. How many character, perspective, movement, that's terrible. But now I only think in that, this character. And I repeat it to me. I can do a drawing. this is only a girl. It is only a girl. I do too many girls. Do it again. And I started working on her, try to find, you know, the lines, the guides, all of this technique, all of the people explain. That's useful. And when you feel sure about you and you have recovered the belief in you, you can open your eyes and say, okay, when this is finished, start with that. This is only a guy. This is only eyes. This is only a line. This is only a face. It's a small problem. I can control that. Do you feel it? Are you understanding?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Step by step, the page arrives. But if you attack one by one, I don't know if I answer you.
Yes, yeah, my question definitely, but I think there are a few more.
Okay. Say me, please.
So, what is your personal favorite manga or anime character for you to draw, or just character you like?
The big question to me is Alita. Alita or Gun, the battle angel. I don't know if you are Western is Alita, if you are the Japanese is Gun, because this is the manga changed my life. Because it's, to me, Yukito Kishiro is the best author in the world, because he had an incredible connection with his character. And when I read it, I have the experience to grow up at the same time that Alita, and connected too much with me. And to me, is the best. But for sure, I have in my, you know, here around me, I have Nausicaa from Hayao Miyazaki, Akira, for sure, the Yukito Kishiro, and Dragon Ball. I am in love with Dragon Ball and Naruto. All of these comic books or manga inspired to me. But the most important is Alita.
Very good. I'm sure there are lots of people there that also are really fond of that character. I have a few more questions.
Yeah, sure. I'm go open pages if you want to share.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm nervous and.
So you draw a lot with a lot of black.
Yeah, sure.
In this one, how do you decide the balance for that? How did you?
Yeah, this is a good question. It is in between. It is in depends of the sequence. You know, we have this part of the history. If I shared the screen with you, in this part is a part of the history so darkness and heavy, and my main character she really feel pressure, and for that I try to do more black. Massive in the pages than at the end. If I go directly to the epilogue, I don't know. Do you remember when I say at the first step that in the epilogue the readers come back to his life? I less the heavy of the pages and I put only lines, more detail and more beautiful, because it's most important the total feeling of the pages than the quality of the single picture. You know, sometimes you need that, a great white to change. But if I want that the reader feel hard, if I want to the reader hear noise, I transmit this noise with too many drawing, too many lines like in these pages, you know, because she's very suffering here. She has too much suffering. But it is a question so difficult to answer because it is too many things that it depends. Because if you say this moment, it is practically white, and it's work to me because by the contrast, because we have too many black here, and when you arrive here, I change to white, and it is the change like they split the mind of the readers. All the time you need to think in what do you want that the reader feel, and use all of the techniques you have to arrive to this feeling. Not think in your picture, think in your reader. or something.
No, absolutely. You shared a lot of secrets with us that are probably not very common knowledge. How did you learn that? Did you
Because
look at a lot of manga, or did someone
uh,
tell you?
because no, I draw more I draw more than I read because I really love draw manga. I
Mhm.
love I do it from I am a teenager and I'm really take a good time doing it. For sure, I read too much. I read every days manga, and I talk with all of the professional around me. I try to create around me a good family of professional, like the bastard people are in my bag now. And talk with other professional, you find something tricks and tips, and for sure, doing me question about how, oh, come on, you open Nausicaa, and when I open it, I say, oh, how cool is that? How it is possible? Do all of this question for you, but do it to really, with honestly, to really find your own answers. And I'm drawing, not stay, not wait to be better artist. Start today. It is the best of the manga. If my partners work in animation and they need a very big team to do his movie, but I only need Clip Studio Paint. If I open my pages, I can start a new history. If you want to be a good manga artist, be a manga artist, and after that, maybe you could be a good. But now the first step is doing it. You know, I explain
Breaking it
myself.
down, making the first step, taking the small problems, start first.
Exactly. You try it, and you do like you want it. Maybe good or maybe bad. The next manga is pretty sure that it is better than the first, but you need to do the first. So start today. Like my friend Enrique Vega said me one time, and that's incredible because he's so smart. He said me, start today, do every day, and finish it. With these 3 keys, you can do everything you want in the world. Start today. When this class finish, open your project and start with your pages. Start with your history. Start with your structure. Not wait to know, I want to learn more and obsess it with be a great artist. Be an artist and don't care about it. Who cares? You stay there and you do your best. That's the problem. That's the most important.
Okay. I think this is very beautifully wrapping up the session. Unless you want to add something more, is there anything, like one last final secret tip you have?
Okay, the last secret of I have. Era una sandía gorda, 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 que quería ser la más bella del mundo. If you are worried, singing it. The music saves you. That's all I want to say.
That's the secret tip. Very good.
Yeah, sure.
Very, very good. Thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, Joanna. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're singing along in the background. Fight our demons. Very, very good tip. Thank you so much, Kenny. Thank you so much, Joanna, for this session. It was very inspiring, very informative, deep, entertaining, fun, really cool. Really, really enjoyed it. So we're wrapping things up for this session. If you want, and I really encourage you, if you don't do already, follow Kenny on all his channels, be it on Instagram or on his website. There's a lot to see there. If you want to share your art, feel free to use the hashtag Wacom MAAD, so you can all connect online during and in between the sessions. And obviously, don't forget to check out our EU and UK e-store for the up to 20% discount with Manga20 as the discount code. Again, a big, big thank you to you, Kenny, and a big thank you to you, Joanna. And thank you all for joining us today. Our next session will be in a few hours with Jose Vega, and he is doing a talk on careers. So tune in again and see you later. Thanks, everybody. Ciao.